So I went to this town in England for the first time named Corby, and because of two individuals, uh, that place left a bad taste in my mouth. The reason why I'm saying this is because I saw this posting, um, two postings for vehicles on a Facebook market, and I'm on the market to purchase a car for my wife. Nothing expensive, just something for point A to point B, something cheap. And because I'm curious about places in England to check out and stuff like that. So when I messaged these people, they say, "Oh, I live in Corby." They happen to be in both places, same town. So I was like, you know what? Since those two cars on the same area, let me make a trip. Let me go check out this car. So, we took a trip there, go there. It was about like 30 to 40 minutes away from my house. So while we arrived there, again, we never been there. So the first person was a lady. It was her and another gentleman. She said that she didn't know much about cars, so that the gentleman was going to help with answering any of the questions that I had about the vehicle. So first, I'm looking at the car. They were both nice. I'm looking at the car, and obviously, I'm realizing that something's a little bit off. There were a few red flags about how the whole entire front bumper was um, looks like it has been to a car accident. Um, the car looked like it hasn't been driven for a long time. There were spider webs like everywhere in the wheels, between the wheels and the actual rim of the actual car. Um, the inside there were also spider webs inside the vehicle. So I was like, okay, let's check out the hood. Because the lady said she drives this every day. So I'm like, okay, a little off. But so I was okay. Open the hood. The hood. Is it the boots or the hood? Anyways, I think the hood. The hood. So she opens it, and I'm looking and looking. I'm like, I don't know. Something looks off. I'm checking to make sure all the the liquids are there. Checking the oil, coolant, washer fluid, all that stuff. It looked okay. I went around the vehicle to make sure everything is, okay. There were a few like marks. Basically, whatever that was supposed to be on the Facebook mark, it wasn't what I saw when I arrived. So now the biggest thing was um, doing the test drive. But before doing the test drive, I had to ask like the three big questions. The first one is the V5, is under your name? The other one is why are you selling the vehicle? And is there any issues like past or present that I should know about? That's like major repairs and stuff like that. Oh, she said everything is checks out. It's under my name. I'm only selling it because I want to get a bigger car. I drive this every day with no issues. We'll go for a test drive with the guy, and I sit down, right. When I sit down, um, oh, before that, when they open the hood. Actually, let me Google what the hood of a car is in England. So I will continue this. Okay, so bonnet, not the hood. The bonnet of the car. So when I was trying to open the bonnet, I realized that there was the plug where you put the computer for like a diagnostic. It was open, almost like somebody, you know, they were like checking, doing like some type of test. But when I was trying to open the bonnet, I saw the flap of the plug of the diagnostic open. So I was like, I'll just close it, and then I opened the bonnet to look inside. That was like, it kind of like I've had like a little weird feeling. Like, why is this open? Like, you drive this every day, but why is the actual flap, like the plug for the diagnostic open? Because to me, it's like it seems like somebody came in, put the computer in, remove all the error codes that were shown into the vehicle, so that you can present the vehicle to a potential buyer and they won't be able to see anything because everything's hidden. Anyways, so we're going to test drive and put the key in. Everything works fine. And I'm talking about like maybe I drove like 6 feet, less than a mile. It seems like something going on with the gearbox. And also, we'll go to like the smallest speed bumps, and you will hear the bottom of the car just like scrunching, like scratching. Sorry. And then the turns were bad. There was so many red flags. So I basically told the guy, okay, I'm gonna return. Let's return back to the lady's house, and I'm good with the test drive. So I told the lady um, I would have to think about it, and then I left. So while in Corby, I was also talking to another person. So I was like, while I'm there, let me just text the person and say, hey, I'm here. Let me just like see the car that you have posted on Facebook Market. So this guy, his car was the same exact model, different colors, 4 years younger than the previous one that I saw. So this guy was super nice. I asked all the questions, everything checks out. But there was a few red flags. Basically, his stories didn't make sense. He was like, um, the reason why nobody purchased this vehicle is because I've been on vacation, and I came yesterday. I said okay, and I said, do you have all the documents? He said yes, and I was like, are you a mechanic? He said yes. And I said, how many cars do you have? He said, I have 8 cars. I'm like, do you like buy and fix it? He said, no, 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 my family just like cars, so we just like have cars, around. We just collect them. I said, okay. Um, and I was like, so when we drove the car, right, everything was fine. I'm not gonna lie, everything looked fine, everything was fine. I was about to give an offer. I actually gave an offer, and he was hesitant. He's like, yeah, he's like, because you're cool, you have good vibes. Sure, sure. It's very, um, it's like I think it was like 300 pounds less than what he was offering. But he said because you have good vibes. You know what? For you, I do women. For you, I do it. I said okay. I said okay. Can you give me the green slip? Because I remember people telling me that when I first purchased my first vehicle, the green slip was what was needed, and I remember like that being like the most important thing, like the V5 stuff. But this person told me that, oh, I lost the V5, but there's a form that you need to take to the post office. It's called a V62, and it's basically the same thing to apply, same thing as a V5. And you just basically have to like fill that up, and I fill up my side as well, and then you will get like a new V5 sent to you. And he said that they will send it like right away. I'm like, how long? He said like within a week they will send you a new V5. He said that's something that people do. I'm like, so what happened to the actual V5? He said he lost it. I said, how did you lose it? And he said that he lost it because him and his family are moving into a new house and he couldn't find it. I said, so when are you moving? He said, we're actually moving right now. So in my head, I'm like, you just got back from vacation and yesterday you lost the V5 today, and you're also moving today to another house. So that was like a few red flags there. So because I wasn't quite sure what a V65 was, I told him, give me a second. So automatically I called my amazing neighbor. So I called my neighbor and I said, hey, I'm in a process of buying a car right now. What is a V62? So what he did was, he's like, I want to explain to you what a V62 is, but normally it's not normal for someone to give you that. That means usually the V5 been lost, damaged, or there's something fishy about it. I said okay. So he explained to me like what the V62 is. He said that's a route that you can take, but I wouldn't advise it. And he basically went online and basically he was like, give me the registration number of the vehicle, and he did like a whole like a whole research about that vehicle, and it's basically was saying that the MOT been failing back to back for years and years and years. And he said that the fact that the guy said that the MOT is like a full 12 months, which it's possible, but it seems like something's off about it. And he said that if you're not feeling right about it, don't follow through with it. And I also told him that yeah, I don't feel I feel some type of way about it too. And then while I was on the phone, my wife was also googling what's a V62, and my wife was like, "We are not buying this vehicle." So I went back to the guy, got out my car. I was like, "Hey, I appreciate you, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna think about it and let you know." He said, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, are you sure? Because I mean, I can lower the price a little bit if you want." And I said, "No, no, it's okay. I'm gonna think about it. Like, if I have to drive back here and get a vehicle, I get a vehicle." But he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Make sure you come here um, before like 3 p.m. so that you have time to go to take the V65 to the post office in time. So I'm gonna make sure that we get all the paperwork ready for you." And I said, "Okay." So yeah, so we just left. We drove all the way back home. We didn't purchase a car, but it was just like a weird vibe. I was like, man, the two people that I saw, both of them basically had like a weird. they were basically trying to like bamboozle me with the vehicle. And something that was also common with that guy's vehicle, the plug-in for the computer diagnosis was also open as well, and I closed it as well. So I'm like, I closed it for the first person I saw, and I also closed it for this guy as well. I'm like, both of them happen to have the socket open. That don't make any sense to me. So that makes me believe that both of them literally just erased the error codes before I was coming to view the vehicle. And also this guy's car looked like it hasn't like moved for a while. But I get it, maybe nobody wanted to come see the car. But there was too many like red flags. But anyways, I just want to share my first experience going to Corby. It wasn't that great, but because of these two people trying to basically sell me a car that's basically junk. And of course, I'm always thankful for my neighbor because he came to the rescue, and he confirmed my intuition of like not wanting to get the car, because he was like, absolutely not, no, don't get it. The V62 thing is don't get it. And the guy's story that makes sense as well. So but anyways, I feel like maybe next time I go to Corby, or if I maybe I want to give Corby another chance, I'm just gonna go there just for some food, not to purchase a car, because two people back to back trying to sell me a junk car, that's crazy. But again, I guess that's like part of like looking for a car, like a cheap car, I guess. um but yeah.